up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom. Where we put the real in reality or whatever. Period.
Period.
I'm your host Pharaoh. We're joined by our wonderful co-host Lee. Lee, how'd you love the episode today?
Well, I definitely didn't love anything about it.
Okay.
That's for
Period.
sure. Didn't like anything. Didn't enjoy much. It was definitely an episode. I mean, like we mentioned last time, there's a reason why Challenge All Stars 5 is having less men. Because they don't bring anything to the show. And I feel like
Absolutely.
this episode, it was like, okay, the somewhat interesting men were involved, and they still chose to be boring. So it's just
Yeah.
like, let's just see this damn finale.
Let's just get to it. And quick. And quick. Apparently, every other season of the Challenge All Stars has been 10 episodes, which means in another world we could have been done.
But they wanted to extend it.
But they
so
wanted
it
to
could be more
extend
boring.
it. So it can just have. That's the thing. There's been definitely 2 boring episodes. So those 2 episodes could have just not existed, and it could have just been 10 episodes.
Well, honestly, that's especially with All Stars. Remember that stop with the guy, that girl there? Every episode, get 2 of them out here.
Honestly,
2 of them should be leaving.
actually, I don't think I like Guy Day Girl Day in general. I just think 2 people should leave every
Most
episode.
times it's not good
players.
because the men aren't interesting.
Yeah.
Like, so it doesn't lead to anything really interesting. That's why, like, I enjoyed. Once again, I have to give Challenge USA their 10s for being, I think, a pretty good version of the challenge, because Challenge USA 2, both the guys and the girls' day were very interesting. The team's twist was interesting. The rookies was on the vet's neck. I liked it in so many different capacities. And honestly, like, this is probably why they probably watched this season and was like, we need to call the younger generation. No shade. I think that's why they started getting more Era 4 people, because they were like, I mean, these people are not bringing it, especially the men. I think the women are going to bring it regardless. It's not any of the women's fault. It's the men for sure. So these older men, they're coming in here and giving nothing at all, and then you have someone like Adam, who is so weird.
Fuck Adam.
And it's like he's giving something, but it's like it's so weird that it's like I don't even want it. Like you could have stayed.
You could have kept that.
You could have stayed back in the quest in the role rule days. You don't come acting like a little bitch.
Get into that team. So, anyways, we start this episode off and a revamp. Actually, fuck the stars. We'll get into the stars after we get the official star list at the end of the episode. So, Cara, Jay, and Ace, they all have a discussion. And essentially, Kara's like, I want both my boys, Jay and Ace, in the finals, so they both need to make sure they have a star.
Puppets.
Clock that team. So they have to both make sure they have a star. So people are discussing, I guess we do got to talk about the stars, because people are discussing who wants a star and who doesn't, because they don't have one. Now, it's probably going to be Boys' Day. It is a Boys' Day. And they know it is. So the boys are really discussing what they're going to do at the stars. Because at this point, Jay, Ace, Derek, and Ryan do not have stars. So we basically see all 4 of them kind of have conversations about how they want a star. Particularly Jay says he's definitely getting a star today. He's either going in or he's going to win the challenge and he's going to put himself in. And that's on period.
Okay,
so Jay really wants
Jay. Okay, talk your shit, King.
Talk your shit, period. And then we see Ryan.
No, but...
Well, he tried.
He did.
That very crazy decision is what he did. But with Ryan also kind of had the same idea. He was like, I want to go in, and I actually want to go in against Jay because I can knock him out and then I can get my star as well. So he's trying to get his star as well at the beginning.
Right. Another episode of somebody saying something and then not following up with it at the end. Laurel did it last episode. Now here go Ryan. Look, y'all know y'all asses didn't want to go in, low key. Don't try to get him with all the games now, and then when an actual challenge pops up, well,
or at least just be like, it depends. Well, now Ryan, he just backed out altogether. Laurel, she could at least just said, "Oh, it depends on the challenge." She straight up said she was going in,
right?
And that just wasn't true. And I guess I'll give Jay that credit. Like he said, he did what he said he was going to do, but
the thing is, he the one person who shouldn't have.
He shouldn't have did it. He should have said it depends on the challenge for sure and move forward. But hey, we move. So we get to the daily. This daily is they're in some shopping carts. They have these lassos. They have to lasso themselves around. And then the first couple of people who get these stars that are on specific lasso coordinates, they win or lose, whatever. So boom, we end up getting the results. Jay and Laurel end up winning the challenge. Great for Jay because he wants to go in. He starts telling people he wants to go in. Just know Jay's probably going to go in. Then we have the middle group. It's Cara Maria, her understudy Ace, Derek, Adam, and Nicole. And then the bottom group is the girls don't matter because they're not going home. But the bottom 3 boys are Ryan, Leroy, and Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, Leroy, and Steve are up to be nominated or whatever. Period. So when we pull back up to the house, we see that there's some conversations.
Mm-hmm.
First with Steve. Steve kind of talks about his plan of what he can do because he doesn't want to go in. He already has his star.
Right.
So he's like, maybe what can happen is Ryan and Leroy can go in, and then Jay will take Leroy's place, and that way his star won't have to get taken, and Jay will take Adam's star, and Ryan will take Leroy's star, so his star won't get taken. So my man is thinking. Period.
Why have I got to be your man, Pharaoh? And can you leave some men for the rest of us?
And you know what? Well, no, because this is how I feel. This is how I feel. I feel like if there's going to be a man and they're going to be available, why not have them be mine? It's almost like you see a bunch of money
for once.
You see a bunch of money on the ground, and I start picking it all up, and you're like, leave some money for the rest of it. It's like, that's money. What you want me to do?
So you don't want. So you're greedy.
Greedy. Ooh, you know that I'm greedy for love.
Okay.
Because I'm so maybe I am greedy. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Steve is my man.
Okay, but earlier, I mean,
no.
Polo was your man. You said a lot of people are your man, so I'm just trying to keep
Steve
up.
is my. So if you want to keep up, current events, Steve is my man.
Okay.
Until further notice. As of now, it's Steve, and that's who I'm rocking with. So my man knows what the fuck is going on, period. What I don't like about my man is, he did all that talking in the diary room about what should happen, but I didn't see anywhere of him saying, let's make sure Ryan and Leroy go in.
And that'd be the problem with the challenge. People do a lot of talking in the confessionals mainly, but don't say shit in the house no more.
Mm-hmm.
Say it to their face.
Ryan said him and Nicole talked Laurel out of going in last week. Okay.
But she still said 150%.
Okay. I don't know about these stars. We gonna see. Ace and Ryan talk. And Ryan basically thinks that he could maybe just avoid elimination altogether. I guess after the daily, he changed his mind. Because initially he wanted to go in against Jay. And maybe because Jay won, he was like, okay, maybe not. But then again, everyone knew Jay was going to go in. But anyways, Ryan changed his mind. And he let Ace know.
Yeah, it's so interesting, though, because, like, when he doesn't eventually go in, he's like, oh, my God, I really avoided that one. And it's like, from my understanding this episode, Ryan has some of the best social connections in the game. And the only reason why people were even considering him as an option to go in is because he said he wanted to, and specifically against Jay. So it's so interesting how this huge 180 of like indecision making of like, oh, I don't know if I want to go in, and I think they're going to be one last guy elimination left. And it's like, that's risky though. It really is. I mean, I'm not a strong advocate for just going into elimination to get your star, but I'm also an advocate in saying you're going to do it and then not doing it. You might as well just do it.
Yeah, you might as well just do it. But hey, I guess we move. So he changed his mind. He tells Ace, and Ace is a part of the middle group. So Ace is able to, like, at least not vote for him, but barely, because we see at the nominations, Ace acting like a little bitch. But first, he goes and he talks to Cara Maria and Leroy, and he's basically like, Ryan doesn't want to go in anymore, guys, and da-da-da-da. And Leroy and Cara were basically like, well, he's just going to have to go in because you can't not go in for the rest of your life. And Leroy specifically does not want to go in himself. He doesn't care that Jay said that he's going to replace him. He doesn't want to risk what happened with Cam. So Leroy's like, fuck all of that. I'm not going in. Ryan's going to have to go in. And Cara at this moment, like, was agreeing with him. Then we get to the nominations. And at the nominations, a lot of them were kind of indecisive, but specifically Ace. And God, I hate Ace. Please don't bring him. Is he on All-Stars 5?
Ace has been, no. Ace has been such a bore this entire time. He's done nothing. He's really done nothing.
Very, very annoying because he's sitting here throwing up, crying because he doesn't want to say Steve or Ryan's name. So he's like, can I just say Leroy, please, guys? Like, you guys don't need my vote. You don't need to hear the second name. I'll just say Leroy because I don't want, please, can I just say just Leroy because I don't know. And they're just all looking at him like, her what? Like,
why even come back after all of this time if you just don't act like that?
What? He's literally, and he fucking moped and cried and fucking whined about it the entire episode. And it was probably the entire day, because when they get to the motherfucking elimination chamber, they're talking about it there, and he's crying and whining, talking about how he didn't deserve the star when he got handed the star. Shut the fuck up.
If that's the case, just quit. You don't deserve the star. You don't want to send someone into elimination. You're not winning the daily. Leave
and let somebody else make it to the final. Because if you end up making it to the final over somebody else, it's gonna piss me the fuck off, because you don't even want to be here, because you don't even think you deserve a star. Ho.
Period.
God damn. Stay the fuck home. Fuck. Please. Like, please, I'm begging you. I will pay Ace to stay home.
Not pay.
I will pay Ace to stay home. It's that serious. I don't want to see you ever again. God damn. Fuck. So that's what happened in nominations. Eventually, they just tell them to just vote Steve.
Well, no, we gotta get into Adam T too.
Girl. That bitch.
So Adam is walking around here. You know, he said early in the episode, you know, him and Steve go way back to like Road Rules, the Quest days. You know, OG challenge that no one was alive for. Let me stop. OG challenge days or whatnot, and you know they're really close. But then we get to the elimination. It's very much Steve put himself in a bad place because he's been in the bottom 5 out of 7 times, whatever the fuck the number was. And so this is business. I'm here to win the money, and the best way to get to the end by protecting my star is sitting 2 people in that have stars. I don't fully understand that. Oh, I guess because they can't steal yours. That's true. But it's like, in general, to talk all of this shit right here, and then to backtrack, well, not even backtrack, to do this huge 180. Like, what's wrong with people this season? Laurel flipping on Cara randomly, Ryan saying one thing, doing another, Adam calling Steve a bitch and that he's fake when he literally sat here and voted him in, knowing he could potentially go home. It's like, how do you feel comfortable getting so upset in the confessional, knowing what you just did, knowing what you just said in this very same week? Like, I don't get it.
And it actually doesn't make sense for him to have 2 people with a star to go in, because now they can take your star. That's exactly what happened at the end of the episode. He don't have a star no more because they took your star.
Well, no, he went against Jay.
So that's the issue. But if he would have won, but he was going against. Oh, okay. But if he would have won against Leroy, but if he goes against Leroy, he just gives Leroy's away.
Yeah.
And so he went against Jay, and that was the issue.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if Jay and Ryan would have just went, neither of them would have took your star. You just shouldn't have put nobody in who would have took your star. But Steve wouldn't have took his star until he put him in.
But so that's the issue. That you're the main one who mentioned the relationship, dogged him out in the elimination, didn't give a fuck whether he was safe or not. And then to get so heated in the confessional after you get your star taken, saying, don't text me, don't call me, you don't have any friends.
Sit on it and rotate.
Sit on it and rotate. It's like, it's so weird. And honestly, I'm scared for Avery. Avery needs to run. I don't want her with this man. This man is clearly evil. He's a gaslighter. This is the type of man that's going to cheat on you on Monday and then claim he in love with you on Wednesday,
and say you cheated on him on Friday.
Claim you was cheating on Friday. She needs to leave this man, because I can already tell from what we're seeing on the challenge, he ain't shit. Now, I hope maybe he's a better person in real life. Maybe he's just a fake ass bitch in these games.
Wasn't he being a fake asshole on podcasts and shit though? I could have sworn he went on a podcast being weird and shit.
Saying she's too confident. So he's just a weirdo. Avery, baby, this ain't the one.
It's definitely not the one.
Call Johnny again.
I don't know what she needs to do, because the taste. I don't know if the taste is tasting.
Yeah,
but yeah, Adam is
Johnny to Adam is crazy, girl. Honestly, maybe not reality TV men.
Maybe just, I don't know, be single, cause fuck or something. But no, it was a big no for me. Adam is fucking weirdo. Nothing about him is likable. I already was thinking nothing much of him. He was following Cara Maria at first, then he flipped on her and started following Cam, and it's like, where the fuck does your loyalties lie? And then he didn't give a fuck about Cam, and now he's like walking around talking shit about Steve for no reason. Voting him in, claiming Steve hasn't done anything, that he's his flop, but also that's your friend. And then at the end of it, you mad at him. You weird all around. You haven't done one normal thing. I guess the most normal thing was date with Avery, and Avery's making a huge mistake. Please, baby.
Run.
I beg of you. But then again, Avery makes a lot of mistakes. So, hey,
and that's
there's
why,
that.
honestly, that's why the challenge is so annoying because so many of these personalities act just like this. They do shit to people and act like the biggest, whiniest babies when it's done to them. And it's like no one can just play the game regularly. And like I think what's so interesting, it's like a double-edged sword. Like I love seeing them bring back some of the same people because we get to see these same rivalries. But I think it creates this level of entitlement of being there. And they get so angry at the game being played. Like, it's not fucking summer camp. But the thing is, Adam, you basically said that when you threw him in. So why are you fucking shocked? That's the thing. He thought he was going to throw him in, and he wasn't getting any consequences. And it's like, that's the he is clearly not even aware of all the information happening in the house because he should have known there was a possibility that Jay was going to go in because Jay has been saying it. So the fact that he made this decision against his quote unquote friend, knowing that it may not even be the scenario he wants, is crazy. And he really got his ass handed right back to him.
It sounded like the reason he made the decision was like to spite Steve too. It didn't even sound like it had a lot of other like he claims it was like for the star thing, but it's like, first of all, if it was, it didn't work, and you got your literal own star taken for a minute. And also, it's like you should think about who might win the elimination. Steve's won 2 already, baby. So it's like it was very likely for him to win after being put in. You claim, oh, he's been in the bottom 5 times. He won 2 of those eliminations. He went in of the 5 times. So it's like, okay, but hey, we move. So Steve and Leroy end up being the nominees. And then we get to the actual elimination, and we see this is only the second time it happened, but Jay decides to actually take Leroy's place in the challenge. Mind you, this was the last.
Girl, we learned from Jay that his nose is broken. So he has to hold his nose to go under the water to get these pieces. And then there's a color aspect for matching colors, and the man is partially colorblind. And it's so like,
when he saw the challenge, heard everything about the challenge, he had a diary room saying how this is the worst challenge for me because I can't do both of the requirements. I'm actually terrible at both requirements. So why he didn't not decide to go in at that moment, I'm not sure.
Like I think he was thinking of like, people dogged on me last time. I haven't been in the elimination. People think I'm weak. This is my chance to prove myself. I have to get a star. It's important. I think he let all of those things cloud his judgment because it's a time and place to do certain things. You have to strike correctly. And at the end of the day, if there's only one more chance after this, you may have to wait for that one more chance because this was not in your wheelhouse. I mean, and he lost, and it wasn't by a lot. But the thing is, if he was able to do it to the 100% capacity like Steve was, maybe he would have won.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it was a terrible decision. I feel like none of his friends, and his friends were Nicole should have stepped up and said something. Because like people were literally aware of these things in the house too. And it's like, he still made this decision. I don't get it at all.
Yeah, and they're saying in the chat like, and you also chose to go against Steve, who we've seen win multiple eliminations. It really just doesn't make sense in any scenario. And
I didn't like this neither, AR, because even TJ was egging him on. I hate the idea of like, yeah, come on, man, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I hate. What gets considered a good game player in the challenge really annoys the fuck out of me because it's so backwards from any other social strategic show. And even though the challenge fans wanted this to not be so bad, it is. They just don't act like it is, but it is. Like at the end of the day. So it is so annoying that like what's considered good is putting yourself in danger in situations where it's not necessary because Jay could have won this season.
Yeah,
this is pretty good even competition for him. He didn't get blown out of the water for Steve. We haven't seen him in the final in a while, but he goes home because he was, clouded by this judgment of like, oh my God, people are gonna think. I think he was thinking people are gonna think I'm weak. People are gonna think I'm scary. I was saying it. I have to do it. TJ said I have to prove it. I think he was kind of pushed into it, honestly. So it's like it's unfortunate because he really should have went down there. But hey.
I agree. So very terrible decision. I feel like he would have had another chance to just get his star. So he probably should have just waited. But I guess that's the thing. When it comes to the challenge, I have to just understand backwards thinking. So I have to just get it. I guess I think I get why he did what he did. It doesn't make sense on paper, but I guess I get it. But he went in and he lost.
Like, you don't get it, and it's okay. You don't have to get it.
I don't. Okay, I don't have to, because it is very insane, very much so. But yeah, he went in, he lost, went home. That was his story. I like that he gets another chance because he's coming back for another season, I think. Jay.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Wait, no, he's not on No, he was rumored for Challenge All Stars 5, but he's out.
Oh, that's what it was. He was rumored, but I do feel like he could get a call back again because TJ seems to like him, especially after this.
Well, now that he played himself, yeah.
Yeah, they love that.
Oh, you kept your word. Come back and lose again.
Yeah, they love that shit. But now we're left with Steve winning and deciding whose star he's going to take. Of course, he takes Adams because Adam was a weirdo, and he basically explains, I mean, I'm taking Adams because Adam was one of the people who wrote my name, who said my name in the thing, and it's like, duh, like you said his name and you were supposed to be his friend, so of course he's gonna be mad. So he takes Adam's star,
decision up,
and he's like Ryan also said my name. No, Derek also said my name, and Ryan was acting like a pussy and didn't want to come down here and play, so it's fuck both of them as well. So I'm not giving my star to Derek or Ryan, and I'm taking Adams, and I'm gonna give it to Ace.
Period.
So that's exactly what it is.
He ate 3 bitches up with one decision.
Did
one sub killed 3 bitches? Ocean Gate.
Clock it. Oh my God. But clock that T. So now Ace has a star. Steve still has his star. The fuck? That. And Leroy has his star. And then for the girl,
what are the gays gonna do?
They're gonna have to get it next round. They're gonna have to get it next round. Or else. But I'm wondering. Is there just one star up for grabs for the purge and only one person has a chance? Is it that if you don't have a star at this point, it doesn't matter and y'all are all just going home? Or is it like, I think what it might be is, or is it all the stars are up for grabs? So even though you've had that would piss me off because they did all this work to get their stars close to this end. And if Steve and Cara can just get their stars taken after doing all this work, that would be fucking annoying because it's like, not all the stars are.
No shade. How the hell Veronica still got her star?
And it's no shade.
Veronica been chilling with this star for forever. She
literally, she ate that up.
Flora's not concerned about a goddamn star at all.
And who got the other ones? Cara and Nicole. Laura don't have no star.
Flora came for the appearance check.
She did, and she got it. Honestly, shout out to her because she didn't have to do much work. She didn't have to do too many diary rooms.
So did Avery. I don't know why Avery here because she ain't.
I think Avery actually wants to win, and her flop ass don't even got a star. Yeah. I need her to step it up.
She her go in the next round. Avery don't. Come on.
Her and Avery,
so
Laura,
and
the game.
I'm so excited to see Avery, and she not giving nothing
at all. She needs somebody to hit her in the back of the head, honestly, because that's or she should have had she should have brought that little dog here.
No, she with it last episode or this episode she had mentioned Daisy.
Yes,
from Real World Portland. I said she still got that little dog. It's still shitting all over the place.
Shit, she don't want to clean up because wasn't it that Daya was watching it and it shat?
Yeah, so what happened was,
girl.
Okay, at this time she was beefing with Dan and the whole entire house. So when they were out, she was at home with the dog. The dog shat in the confessional. She actually stepped in it and then stayed there. When they got home, they saw the shit and it was like, you have to go clean it. And I was like, I'm not cleaning your dog shit, bitch. This is the real world. You brought your fucking dog. You clean up after it. And they call her all type of dirties and bitches and hoes. And that's why I don't like that nigga Johnny. Because Johnny was getting way too buck with my mama. That's why she had to hustle this back to his goddamn head. Now, I give Avery her tens. Because that first fight, she had my sister Naya on the road.
She ain't lose.
Naya was getting held back. She was getting held back, but she had because the punch was.
Yeah, they was connecting. They was connecting for sure.
Naya got her lick back.
But Avery was being held back.
She still got her lick back
by Johnny. But Naya did get her lick back.
She still got her lick back.
But that's what we need. We need somebody to try Avery.
Was so good, bro. Portland that was the first. I watched San Diego, in and out. Portland was the first season I watched from the beginning to the end. And I love that entire cast.
I watched and then I was underwhelmed by Naya. I very much so remember that. But hey, we move. But she ate it up.
Oh wait, was Portland before or after St. Thomas?
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. I think St. Thomas was actually the first one I watched in full. I think that's before Portland. That's a good nasty back.
Who's on St. Thomas?
Marie, Mother,
Latoya. Wow. Oh, I did. I think that's the thing. Around that same time was around the time I was also getting into reality TV because I did see Latoya's Real World season, and apparently it was St. Thomas, and I saw most of Portland as well. Was this?
Yeah, St. Thomas is before Portland. It goes San Diego. I watched In and Out with Frank and Zach and Ashley and them. And I watched all of St. Thomas and Portland, and then every other season after that.
What was the season after Portland?
After Portland, it was Explosion.
Really? That was that soon? So I definitely watched all them seasons. Well, then boom, that was cute.
Honestly, they went out with a bang. Some of these seasons, these are some good ass seasons. Like,
why did they bring that back?
The only one that was trash was Go Big or Go Home. Kayla's season, it was the racist and what's that girl? Kiki Palmer.
What was her name? CJ, where she beat the fuck out of that hoe. She beat her up so bad.
Because she was on. Remember, she was FaceTiming her friend. The friend called her ratchet on FaceTime.
I literally saw a collage of all the stuff she said. She had said CJ had held that back for so long because she was saying the craziest stuff. Day one. Yeah, she was saying, I didn't expect black people to be like this because you black people, you niggas is good. Like I thought you was gonna kill me.
Y'all are so nice.
Y'all are so nice.
The blacks where I'm from, they're not like y'all.
They're murderers. Like that bitch was crazy. So glad she got an ass whooping. Please God, let every racist get their ass whooped.
But that's what's so annoying because that was also like that end period of the Real World. I was so upset because I was wanting to see them on the challenge, and I feel like they did not use so many people from that Portland up. Well, Portland for sure, but after Portland, what is it? I just saw it. Skeletons like Sylvia, Toga, like I used them a little bit, but I feel like it wasn't like this big staple. Like the last one was really Explosion because Corey, Ashley, and Jenna came. But even then, I would like to see them use more of them. Like they kind of stopped pulling so much from them.
That's when they were starting to pull from Europe and shit. Why the fuck was y'all getting people from Europe? Don't ever go back to doing that shit. Stay in America.
Well, they still doing it. Melissa and Big T will be on the Challenge All Stars 5.
I know that's right. But boom. So not Real World Rewind. Child. Anyways, thank you for keeping it. Make sure you get into the rest of our stuff because I didn't want to say that first. I was like, let me stop. Make sure you get into the rest of our tea or whatever. We are going to be covering the rest of the challenge. There's 2 more episodes to definitely get into that. We're also going to be covering the rest of the GOAT. So definitely get into the rest of the GOAT. Davon is on there. She's going to be on the next season of the Challenge All-Star. So if you don't know about Davon, get into that tea on the GOAT. Period. Also, we're going to be covering the rest of RuPaul's Drag Race. That's a fun time. And we just started Total Drama Island coverage, so definitely get into that as well. And we also just started our Big Brother rerun with our Big Brother 3 recaps. If you're a fan of the Traitors, there's the cast was released and Danielle Reyes is going to be on the Traitors, so you can definitely get into her first season with us by watching Big Brother 3 or whatever. So definitely get into all of our content. And thank you for keeping it real with the King Ho. We out. Period. Not y'all hoes. I didn't mean to say ho.